gonna need a lot of coffee for this one. So, I was just, you know, doing what I do and watching some YouTube the other day when I came across this lovely channel called Truthful Transsexual. Now, it's run by two transsexuals. Now, I don't like to use the term transsexuals, but as you can clearly see, they have. So, it's a smaller channel. Obviously, it's still bigger than mine, but you know, whatever. And as you can see, I've seen a few of their videos. If you can't tell, yeah. If you can't tell, I'm not very happy about this. Yes, trans for Trump. That's the kind of thing we're walking into right now, guys. So, truthful transsexuals are conservative transsexuals. So, right-wing conservative transsexuals. And yeah, they went at Charlie. They went at most critical. At this point, we should know not to go at Charlie. Like, we should just know that. Now, see, I don't know the whole situation that's going on with Moist Critical and the Ava Chris Tyson situation. I know bits and pieces, which is what I believe from memory this video is about. I don't know everything about it. I know certain things. So I guess we'll just see.
I have no complaints if a kid gets interested in transitioning and starts talking to their family about it. So their parents start talking to doctors, the kid starts talking to doctors and therapists and all of this, because the process of transitioning is one that takes place over the course of many years. It's not something that just happens like that. And I'm also not afraid to admit that I am not the most educated when it comes to transitioning. I am not someone that has a ton of knowledge about the subject to be speaking on it in a really in-depth manner. But even I know these very surface-level things that everyone has easy access to understand.
You know...
Here we go. Remember, here is where we start getting into the nitty-gritty of, and being against Charlie. It's gonna be fun.
These surface-level things, Charlie, because that's what people have told you. You've done no research on your own.
Okay. He's admitted that, though. He's admitted that he doesn't know. Like, what are we trying to achieve with that? He's already admitted it.
Haven't talked to detransitioners. You haven't talked to homosexual transsexuals.
Okay. I'm gonna leave that one where that one is. Speaking to detransitioners and homosexual transsexuals. Okay. I mean, he could talk to... Oh my god. He could talk to a variety of different people, but I want to know why specifically she wants him to talk about those particular people. To those particular people.
And you haven't talked to AGP transsexuals.
What the fuck is an AGP transsexual? Like, I feel like you know it's bad when I don't know certain informations. The fuck? Huh? Hold on. Let me figure this out. Audiogenophilia, auto for self, gena for female, philia for desire, often shortened to AGP, refers to a psychological condition in which a man, usually heterosexual, derives sexual or even romantic pleasure from the fantasy of being a female. Okay, you know what? Oh, okay, alright, sweet. Okay. Okay, fair enough. I didn't know that one, so I was educating myself for open my mouth. Alright. Fair. Keep going.
So you can't really say that you're ready to talk about this subject. Transitioning does not take years.
Okay, you can't really say you're ready to talk about this issue. People have talked about issues with much less information. Also, did they just say transitioning doesn't take years? Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? Because that fact has been disproven several times.
Transitioning took years when I transitioned 20 years ago, when Buck Angel transitioned like 34.
The eye roll, the unintentional eye roll when they mentioned Buck. Oh my god. I feel like conservative transsexuals and transgender people often jump to Buck Angel and Blair White as like saviors. It's like, the fuck? What are you doing? You're not saving anyone.
Years ago. Now it's walk in and 1 or 2 visits, you walk out with HRT, and you might go,
No, I need to hear that again. Because I'm certain I heard that wrong.
walk in and 1 or 2 visits, you walk out with HRT, and you might go,
Okay. I'm gonna compose myself before I answer this fucking... Before I answer and give my opinion here, because I need to compose myself. Okay. The fuck? Okay. Anybody, right? Anybody who thinks you could just walk into a doctor's once or twice and get hormones like that, doesn't know shit about the transitioning experience. Knows fucking nothing. And as they just admitted, it took them years 20 years ago when they transitioned. Yes, you're talking on an experience that was 20 years ago. Things change. But you know what helped it change? Acceptance. Acceptance that was built by the generations trying to stop all this bigotry and hatefulness, and you guys are just sending us back to the fucking Stone Age. It's like, you guys experienced so much hate years and years ago, yet you aren't doing anything to stop the future generations from experiencing the same hate. If anything, you're doing it to us. It's like, come on. You guys were treated like outcasts forever, and back then it would have been way fucking worse. And yet you won't help us make sure we don't have to go through the same thing? It's like, okay. It's like, I thought we were supposed to stand together, but apparently we're not. Apparently that's not how this works.
oh, that's just the adults. Well, that's not just the adults. I've interviewed people who transitioned at 13, and they walked into a therapist's office and they walked out with HRT. And
Bullshit! I'm sorry, but either you are lying about what this individual said, or this individual is lying or embellishing. Plain and fucking simple. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's this peddling thing of transitioning is so easy in this generation, we need to make it more difficult. No, it's already difficult fucking enough. Like, the fuck?
that was just a couple years ago.
Bullshit. Literally bullshit.
These systems were watered down. You're not educated to be talking about this. And I think...
Were the systems watered down, though? I don't know. I mean, and if they were, they weren't watered down by fucking much, honey. Like, Jesus.
It's really hypocritical, Charlie, that you're talking about...
Sorry. She said hypocritical, and his name is Moist Critical. No, you're not. No. No.
About consent with Sneeko in regards to children marrying adults, but you're also saying that children should be able to transition.
No. Are we fucking serious right now? No. What the fuck? Why are we comparing, children sleeping with people to transitioning. They're not in the same category or stratosphere. Okay? Why are we sexualizing transitioning? Why? Why are we doing that? Why? Like, fucking hell. Oh yeah, a kid can't consent to having sex, but they can consent to transitioning? Yes! Because they're two very different fucking things! Oh my fucking god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. No. Just no. No.
Not give consent. They cannot give consent, Charlie. They can't give consent to have sex with an adult, which is something that you seem to get when you're debating.
Okay. 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 I have an argument, but I'm not sure I can say it. Okay. Okay. I can't do it. Because in order to say it, I have to try and be nice, and right now I don't want to be nice. Okay. Okay. The difference between a child, yeah? What are we defining as a child? I'm gonna go with around the age of like anywhere from 12 to 17, right? I'm gonna say that's a child in this individual's mind, right? And in this situation. Child, right, can't consent to having sex with an adult because it's an adult. And that is statutory unsafe word. Okay? Like, but transitioning, which I'm gonna put out there, right, between those ages is usually either just therapy and social transitioning of like pronouns and names and things, or as far as medical transitioning goes in that age, it would be puberty blockers, which are reversible and not permanent. If this bitch goes down the line of teenagers being like given surgeries and fucking hormones and shit and irreversible shit, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna go insane.
Sneeko, they also can't give consent to permanent changes to their body. They can't give consent to mutilation of their genitalia. They can't give consent to losing the ability to reproduce when they get older.
Yo! Why are we peddling misinformation? What the fuck? Okay. Fun way to fucking make people afraid. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so in case, anyone actually believed that, teenagers are not getting genitally mutilated, okay? That doesn't happen. And losing their ability to reproduce, I don't know where the fuck you got that from, because that doesn't happen. I was like, no puberty blockers, no hormones do that shit. I know that testosterone can decrease fertility in some cases, which is why some people take steps like freezing their eggs and things of that nature, but it doesn't do this. Like, permanent changes. What high schooler is being allowed to make permanent bodily changes when they transition? What teenager? Point me in the direction of one, please. One that isn't, one, a detransitioner and has a reason to peddle this bullshit. And two, has medical records to back it up.
It's absurd. Don't talk about transsexual issues if you don't know what you're talking about, Charlie.
I think you should take your own advice. I think you should take your own advice. But also, can we just establish very quickly the giant elephant in the room, right? I'm gonna address it because I tend to want to address this thing. That this individual in the corner keeps referring to it as transsexuals, and not transgender people, because I'm sure quite a few people have heard the term transsexual before. It's a very, very old term. Like a very, very old term. For transgender people. Or people that have transitioned from one gender to another. Right? Like, that is just purely it. that is what that is. Like, it's a very, 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 very old term. And it's not used anymore. It hasn't been used in several years. I would say it hasn't been used in a good, what, like 10, 15 years, some shit like that. It hasn't been used for a very long fucking time, I know that.
My second favorite streamer, I don't want to see you burn in fire, torn between the transgender horde and the impacted women who are trying to stop this madness.
Fucking Jesus. What madness are you trying to stop? That's what I want to know. What madness are you trying to stop? What, because there's an increased number of people coming out as transgender than there was when you were younger? Maybe that's because there's a form of acceptance now. There's a safe space for them now. They can actually be themselves. I'm sure if they were in a situation like we are now, all the way back then, right? Like 20, 30 years ago, the numbers would be pretty high then too. It's like lots of people stayed in the closet for a very long time back in the day for reasons of hate, bigotry, just being unsafe in general. It's like, and now things are much better. They're not perfect, nowhere near perfect, but they're much better than they were. So yeah, of course people are going to be comfortable fucking coming out now. And then we get people like this individual that just like tear down everything people are building. It's just like, you built a space for everyone to be like safe. The generations before us built that fucking like space to be safe. We're trying to keep it solid and have a fucking space, and you guys are just tearing it down. It's essentially like building a house and taking a fucking bulldozer to it. Like, the fuck are you doing?
Stay out of it.
No. Lovely. I love how it goes authentic trans voices. No. You don't speak for trans people. You speak for conservative people that in a heartbeat would drop you. And I mean this in the most respectful way possible. If their opinion changed in the slightest way, and the right didn't agree with it, they drop them through the fucking earth. Like, they don't care about you. They only pretend to care when you are peddling their mindset. Other than that, they don't give a shit. Like, I think it's really, really, really just fucking... Oh, it's so stupid.
The left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of...
I just think it's so interesting, because if roles were reversed... If roles were reversed and they were the one getting, like, shitted on for this shit, they would have so many problems with everything, but they don't. They don't have a problem with any of it.
Child abuse. Very simple. Here's my plan to stop the chemical, physical...
It took so long for me to work out the voice that was talking. Yep.
...and emotional mutilation of our youth. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous.
What child is being abused? What woman is being abused? Fuck.
Executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures.
Okay. Right? The individuals that run this channel are aware, right, that if all the things Trump wants to do to erase all of the shit going on with transgender people, that would also mean them being unable to receive their hormones and things, right? They are aware of that, right? Like, and I'm aware that at least one of the individuals that that runs Truthful Transsexuals has had sex reassignment surgery, so they'd be on hormones for the rest of their life. You are aware you can't get a hold of those. You will get fucking sick. And you chose to do it by supporting an asshole. Donald Trump is a fucking prick. I don't care. Like, oh my god, I've never been happier. I don't live in America. Jesus.
And passed a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It will go very quickly. Furthermore, I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims.
Blowing up your own flag. Well done. Well done.
To sue doctors who have
well done, you fucking idiot. Like,
on minor children. The Department of...
What up, Blair? How's it going? Haven't seen your face for a while. Oh.
Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transition in order to get rid at the expense of vulnerable patients.
Oh my god. You know what? No. No. I'm a straight white conservative male. Are you offended yet? Fuck's sake. You know what I find really fucked up, right, about this whole thing? And I swear it's pick me fucking behavior. Was when Blair White, right, somewhat recently, referred to themselves as a type of man. I shit you not, that came out of Blair White's mouth. A trans woman referred to themselves as a type of man because of this shit. Because they want to be liked by the right-wing conservatives so much, they'd misgender themselves just to be liked. Fucking ridiculous.
In this case, very vulnerable. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female.
No, he doesn't stand for you. He doesn't stand for you at all. Also, not fucking true. Sorry, I heard in the background the only genders are male and female. No, not fucking true. If that's true, explain to me where the fuck an intersex person falls into that. Donald Trump, explain to me which side an intersex person falls on, right? Once you can give me an answer to that, fucking alright, mate. I'll agree. I'll listen to your bullshit. But right now, you can't give me an answer to that because there isn't an answer. Falls on neither direction. Like, fuck. And non-binary people, they fall in neither direction.
And they are assigned at birth. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you.
What madness, cunt? What madness? Please let Melania or something come out as fucking trans. Let someone in Donald Trump's life come out as trans. Please. Please, I beg of thee. I beg of thee. Please.
Very much.
No, we don't. Fuck this fucking thing. I specifically didn't say anything when the shooting of Donald Trump happened because I have an opinion and a half, and I don't really want to bring it up. But yeah, so many fucking interviewing a detransitioner. Oh, I have to fucking see this. I have to see this. Oh my god. The thing is, most times, when you interview a detransitioner, they like to blame the medical stuff, and like the medical practices and stuff. No. No. You were informed, you knew what the fuck was gonna happen, you still went ahead and made those choices. Blame no one but yourself. Like...
But, like, from the moment that somebody is socially affirmed, you know, the chance of them ever making it out of a trans identity without being irreparably harmed, whether it's through medicalization like hormones and surgeries, or whether it's through other types of aesthetic interventions like binding and tucking, you know, the truth is that from the moment that somebody is affirmed, the chance of them getting off of that pathway, especially when they're young, and they've put so much stake into this, and they are lacking life experience, and they're just so sure of themselves, and they're kind of too immature to realize I'm having doubts now, and then maybe I should follow up on these doubts. Like, these are all things I experienced. But, from the moment that you're affirmed, it gives you, like, more fuel to continue along this predetermined path.
So, in other words, what I'm hearing about that is once you get on the transitioning train, you don't get off. I'm gonna give you a real big hint here. You did! You just disproved your own theory. You got off the transitioning path, therefore, guess what? You just disproved your own theory. Because you got on the transitioning thing and got off. What a surprise. Like, so why do people use the, like, small amount of detransitioners as a thing of, like, oh, no one should ever transition? Like, the fuck? It's like, are we gonna say no one should have surgery now, like, of any kind, because someone died during one? Like, it's so fucking stupid. I could watch this channel's videos for fucking ever. But trans women in combat sports, I have seen some of their tweets. They're not very happy about. They are talking currently about the Olympics trans woman thing. Which, can we all clear up now? There wasn't a trans woman fighting a woman in a fucking boxing match in the Olympics. Like, fucking hell. Can we just clear that up already? Like, it was two women fighting in a fucking boxing match. One of them just happens, right? Just happens to be more masculine than the other one. And happens to be stronger and won a fair fight. Literally, definition of every boxing match ever. But yeah, that was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!